Like, I walked in there and I just looked around and I was like, fucking hell, like, have I made it? Like, I know it sounds mad, but it's all these things that you think of as a kid. But my goal is to become a champion. It's not for a payday. Like, I want a belt on my mantelpiece, and for my future kids and like my future like generations to come up and be like, yeah, man, that was my granddad, or that was my dad. He won this. Touch up on that. Like, all the people that bought tickets, I'll write everyone's name down. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same people. So I want to say thank you, and for the rest of my career, I'm going to be writing all them people's names down. So if I do ever make it to a British title, British level, I'll be like, always looking at them people and go, like, you's actually proper back to me. For my dream, like, and I appreciate it. So yeah, we were just sitting there waiting, apprehensive, and my dad just kept going to me, look, no matter what happens, you can hold your head up high, because you've done everything you possibly could. You can hold a good account for yourself and just be like, cool, yeah.
If you're eating good diet, you're gonna get BCA.
Yeah, man.
And you're eating a good diet.
Only just now, anyways.
What you've been just getting?
I've just been smashing it, man. Smashing the takeaways and shit.
Is that what you do when you're off? Do you
just? My favourite takeaway is steakout. You ever been there?
What, in town?
Yeah, in Wellington.
I haven't been there.
I fucking love it there.
Is it nice? Me and you.
The mac and cheese burger there before. It was me, you and Cal.
On Wellington Street?
Yeah, well, it's at the top.
Maybe.
Opposite Acorn.
Yeah. I went there years ago.
Yeah, with a Thai as well, man. I'll just get pure pad Thai every time.
Pad Thai.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah.
What, in the steakout?
Nah, across the road. Yeah. Do you get that?
I've been there a good few times. I go to Thai Pan, the little van. McDonald's.
Is that Thai down there as well? Yeah.
Bro, them noodles.
Oh, they. Yeah.
This man loves the noodles, bro.
Them lunch meals right there.
Sound.
But people, you're locked into the Curious Fijian. I'm your host, Fijian.
I'm the co-host, Ray.
And we got the boy Frankie Storey with us again.
We're back.
It's been a while since we caught up, to be fair.
Yeah, man.
Like a proper catch up. Like, there's been a lot going on in that time. Like, he only just reminded us that we haven't sat down like on a podcast. I know you come on, we done the live stream, but the last time you come on was just before you went to Africa.
Yeah, that's it. Just before Africa.
So we haven't caught up about that.
Yeah.
We haven't caught up about the period in between with your last fight, like all the period before.
Before that, yeah.
So I'm jacked up, and obviously I just love sitting down with the boy and chatting to him anyway.
Hopefully it won't be too long, you know what I mean? So
But, we'll start with Africa. What was it like going to Africa? Obviously you went there to do charity work.
Yeah,
you went with your company BBK Brickwork.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Like, so I think there was like 6 of us that went over there. And yeah, man, we built a school out there, or like a safe haven for kids. Now, we didn't really know what we was going to get ourselves into. So obviously we're bricklayers. Like we knew we was going to go over there and build the school, and got there, and it was just a pure culture shock, man.
Was
like,
it?
As soon as we touched down, I was like, as soon as you got to the airport, it was like everyone was looking for your staff. Like everyone was wanting to like walk you around for money, like. And I thought, nah, this is nothing like England, man. At all, obviously not, but
overwhelming.
Like, everyone was just shocked to see like Musundus, which is the white man, yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Sundus?
but they like her, innit? Because they think as soon as they see you, they're thinking they got money, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Musundus.
Musundu. Yeah, I think that's what they were calling us, Musundus. But you know, that's not in an offensive way.
No, that's just
like,
their way
of
just
thinking, fucking hell, like these boys have got money. Let's just try and hustle.
Money.
Yeah, hustle and grind, try and get something out of them. So yeah, man, we got in a car and got taken to a place called Joy Village. So we were staying in. We got in contact with the guy who owns STM Missions, Rob Joy, his name is, and yeah, man, we was like staying in his house, all of us, like on his sort of like on his land, and yeah, like he put us up for 10 days, and we had to get the whole building done in 10 days, man.
So you were just putting the building up?
Did you do the roof,
not the roof, nah.
Just the bricklaying?
Yeah. So I think the goal was to raise £10,000, and that covered the whole thing. So that got all the materials, it got all the tiles for the roof, everything, and it also allowed the children to have breakfast and have a meal as well. Like, it accommodates for their food as well. So it was unbelievable experience, and like especially when you see the little kids that are sort of living on the complex. Like, you look at what they're living in, and you think, how are you so happy?
Yeah.
You know,
And
like
it shows you, like, if you look at life over here, people are just unhappy.
massively unhappy, man. Yeah,
Like, it must have been very
We are,
humbling,
yeah,
man.
because it was as soon as I left. Yeah, we was there for 10 days, and you can't. At the beginning, some of the kids were a bit shy and a bit like, or didn't really know how to interact with you. And then as wouldn't say holiday, as the trip went on, it was like you got to know them a bit more. They couldn't really speak your language, but like they were messing around, playing around, and like you kind of built like a relationship with them. So there was a few younger, like, of the little lads there, and I've still got the picture at home of me sitting with them on the wall. And like when I left them, I just thought, like, I'm going home to like my family, and like it makes me feel a bit emotional now. Like I'm going home to a safe haven. I'm going home, man. Do you know what I mean? These kids have nothing. Like they're literally living in huts. And there was a lad over there, Taco. I don't know if you see the picture that I put on Instagram. Like he was the worst out there that I ever see, man. Like I see him across the road, and a lot of the kids, they had like not half decent clothes. Like a lot of them were ragged, but he was literally wearing like a cloth. Yeah. And I looked at him across the road, and I was like, nah. I said, come over here, man. No, I was giving them money, man. I was saying, take it, and they were going, oh, like the guy who owns STM Missions was like, no, you can't be giving them money, man. You got to make it fair, because if he gets the money and he goes back into his village, someone's just going to take the money off him. It's a dog eat dog society, man.
It's cruel.
Yeah, so I was like, right, how can I help the kid? So I gave him one of my Team Story t-shirts, and then I was backhanded him money as well. I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I was, because I just felt so bad for him. And I said to Rob, I said, oh, could you send me some videos of him, like how he's getting on over there? And I think they've taken him like in his sort of like his Joy Village, what he's calling, like with STM Missions. So yeah, it's all at the moment that the whole building's up.
So what's the purpose of Joy Village? What, Rob owns Joy Village?
Yeah. So Rob, he owns it's like a charity. Okay, so he's basically just, I think it's more of a religious side of things. Do you know what I mean? He's doing like it's like a well-being place and a place for the kids to go.
Sort of like
I can't
after
really
school
describe it.
club,
a community centre.
But it's a safe haven.
But you can
because,
stay. Well, so kids are living there.
Yeah, the kids are living there.
Okay.
They come in for their breakfast club.
Yeah,
they get their food, and also it's kind of like a religious kind of place to go. But they
can go and pray and stuff like that.
Play, things like that. So yeah, it was a brilliant experience. Yeah,
it must have been very humbling, isn't it?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing I did see out there was we went for some food. Yeah, so on the last day we all went to like a burger joint over there, because in the city centre of Malawi, it was like there was a bank there. Like
I seen it on your snap. It looked like normal.
Yeah,
it looked a bit more. It looked like an industrial estate, whereas like there was food places.
Yeah.
But it's mad because the poverty to then the normal is like the difference must be mental.
It's crazy. Yeah. So we went to this burger place. I'll never forget this guy, man. So he came along. He was like the translator. Okay, and he was a bit more skilled. So he was like a skilled worker, and he was speaking somewhat English, and we was all eating our burgers, and we was like, oh, like, these burgers are a bit off, man. And he was sitting there, and he was just like, he asked for sema. Yeah, so they're like, what they eat is like sema. It's kind of just like a mashed. It's a bit like fufu kind of thing. Yeah, it's like mashed. He asked for that at the burger place. Yeah, and I was like, nah, like, this guy's never had a burger before. Yeah. Anyways, he's sitting there, he's eating the burger, and he's like, we're just like that, scoffing, yeah, not even coming up for a breath. We're like, we just had a hard day at work, like trying to build the thing. Mate, he's like proper slowly, like eating it, one chip. We're like, So obviously he doesn't want it to end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's when I looked and I was like,
that's mad, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? It proper hit me because you don't ever think of it like that.
Nah, you don't. You don't.
And you take it for granted.
But like you said, that's probably why they're like so happy to an extent over there, and whereas like here we're finding dumb shit to do because we're so unhappy. Like we're not.
We're so bored.
Yeah, bored with.
Yeah.
We don't feel like we're excelling in life. Well, we're not probably not excelling in
But
life.
it's funny,
to an
like if you
extent.
do compare the two, like I said, like you see, like when I watched the program before on Serial, and you're seeing these little kids, and they are so happy. They're happy, like even though their country's been bombed, this, etc. Like they're still living.
They're
life.
happy to just be alive.
They're just happy
Definitely.
to be alive.
They're happy
and that's
to
the
just be
beautiful
alive.
thing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It proves that money can't bring you happiness all the time.
There
No.
we go, man.
Materialistic things,
Yeah.
getting caught
Yeah,
up
man.
on your Instagram, the sauce, the
Yeah.
this.
Well,
I was
actually, I think
like-
that's the perfect thing you said
Yeah.
there was the fact food. Like this guy don't want to finish his food.
Oh, it broke my heart,
take,
man.
We just take food for granted. You know,
But
we,
this-
we can go to a cupboard and eat anything. We
Yeah, this was a fully grown man, like probably in his 40s, man. Do you know what I mean? That was the difference for me. It was like, you know, if it was a kid, but he was like
A grown man.
Yeah, it was almost like he's never had a burger before.
Mm.
Like I was gutted for him, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other thing I would touch on about that was about the kids, about them being happy. I had my phone, yeah, and I was going, "Do you want to play on the phone?" They were making like, I don't know if you've seen it. They were making like, they had dirt on the floor, and they had like lollipop sticks. Yeah, they were making like these mad little huts like on the floor, like their own little
Yeah.
land. Yeah, I said, "Do you want to play on the phone?" They were like looking at me as if to be like, "What's
Nah.
that?"
Stay away from
Do you
the
know
phone,
what I mean?
man. Yeah.
Like, don't want it. So that's
It's
the
so
difference.
mad.
It's because
man.
in life they're still like what they're like. We're in 2022, but they're in like still fucking
Yeah,
probably like the 1900s.
Yeah.
Earlier than that
yeah.
in England. Like,
Yeah.
they've still not even hit like the growth.
Yeah, no, it's
If it
true.
does hit ever growth.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, I've got so much footage and pictures on my phone. Like,
Is it something you'd recommend everyone to go out there and do once? in
you
their
have
life?
to do it once,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, you have to. Like, even like we went over there for a purpose, like to build a school, but even just to go over there and do some charity work,
Just do
because I couldn't imagine just kind of going there.
Was
And
it
just not
dangerous?
for a holiday.
Is it dangerous? I'd say there wasn't much police there. You know, it's one of them ones where like you're out there and you don't know where you are. They're just long straight roads. You don't know where you are.
Sometimes you hear a lot of robberies and shit, didn't you?
Yeah, the worst
don't
it.
want to be wearing a watch and stuff.
Yeah, man. There was this one. This is another thing I'll touch on about out there. So we played football with the kids. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Went over and we went to this. Well, we had a few drinks at a bar over there, and behind was a football team, like a local football team. So me and Jamie, we played football with them. And we walked onto the pitch and we said, "Can we play?" And they were like, "Fucking hell! Like, who are these guys?" Yeah. So we started playing football, and at the end of it, Jamie and all the lads, we put in some money to go to the shop and buy the football team a crate of drinks. And this was like pretty much in the town centre, right? We take the crates out of the shop. We literally bought the whole thing, like the whole fridge of drinks. Okay, took the crates out and put them onto the on the floor. And the guy was going to make an announcement. Oh my god, it was like do you know, like seagulls at chips.
Yeah.
It was like they were fighting each other for these drinks.
Yeah.
And it was getting dangerous, man. You know, it was like we was there just trying to do a good deed, but they're all just
That's what shows you sometimes
Yeah.
you have to like.
It's just
Desperate.
a complete different way of life,
Yeah,
isn't it?
man.
Man? It's
Desperate.
complete different.
So
Yeah, that is mental, man. But we'll touch on your last fight.
okay, man. Yeah,
'Cause,
let's get to the
obvi-
boxing.
Yeah, because there was a lot that happened in between there. Obviously, you were scheduled to fight, and then the athletic commission stopped it.
Yeah. The
Because
boxing
of the
board.
medical, medical to do with your brain. Do you want to just go into depth and tell people that don't know what happened
Yes,
about
yes.
what was going on?
So it's a bit of a mad one, to be honest with you. You lads obviously know because we're quite close. But so as a professional boxer, you have to have your annual MRI just to get your boxing license. And had the first. So for the first year, I had my license. That it was all clear, passed with flying colours. And then the second year, I done my annual MRI, and you know I thought, sound like last year was cool. This year will be cool. And you know, I was at training one day, and Tony come in and he went, "Oh, something's like flagged up on your medical, and it's come through with the boxing board. They've said you're going to have to go and do another MRI because there was a small astronomy, I think they said, on your pituitary gland." So your pituitary gland is like everyone has it. It's an essential part of your brain. It's a gland, and it produces hormones. So I was like, okay, cool. Had to go to Hendon. I got like contrast on that part of my brain, and I was waiting for a good few weeks. Yeah, like in between, we had no idea sort of what was going on. No one, they didn't have any like definite. You have this. So I was like, so what about my boxing license? You know, like, am I going to box or what's going on? And they couldn't give us any answers. So yeah, waited there, and it went on for ages. It must have been like 5 or 6 months. I was waiting and didn't get much answers.
Who's this for? NHS.
This was from so you have to. Well, this is private.
Private.
Yeah, you have to go privately
because the boxing do it private medical.
Do they?
Yeah.
And you have to
do it just basically to get your medicals passed off, and just waiting forever. Like it was so like in them periods there, I was thinking like, what's going on, man? Like, is there something going on?
Nervous and that.
Yeah, like they were saying to me, you can't spar, you can't until you've actually got your license. You can't spar, you can't do anything. You're limited to training. So I'm like, okay, cool. What's going on? What's going on right here? Like, no, this isn't just like a normal thing that like most fighters get. So waited. Got another email, and it said from the boxing board. It said, "We're sorry to inform you, you're going to have to go and see a neurosurgeon in London, and he's going to basically explain like what's going on." So I'm just, do you know what I mean? I'm looking on Google. Now, I don't know if you boys know, but when you look on Google,
it tells you the worst thing.
It tells you the worst thing.
Yeah, it does.
I know I'm fucking shitting myself, man.
1,000 things and they're all bad.
Yeah, I'm shitting my pants now, and I'm thinking, look, the thing that was upsetting me was, am I going to box again? Am I going to be able to continue my career? That was what was on my mind. I didn't really give a fuck about what was going on. I just thought, how long is it going to be until I'm able to get back in the ring, and also my health, I'll be honest. But so yeah, went down there with my dad. Yeah, good. Yeah, went down there with my dad to a neurosurgeon, so top guy in the country. His name was Professor Andrew McAvoy, and he sat us down in a room. And yeah, man, it was crazy. Like, this was all private as well because the NHS were taking too long.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
taking. Yeah. So yeah, we were just sitting there, waiting, apprehensive, and my dad just kept going to me, look, no matter what happens, you can hold your head up high because you've done everything you possibly could. You've done all the scans, you've paid for everything yourself. Like, even if they turn around and say you can't ever box again, then you know you can hold a good account for yourself and just be like, cool, yeah, you gave it a good go. So we're in there, sat down, and absolutely shit my pants. It was literally like I was doing like a world title fight. I was like, fuck's sake, what's going on? He got my brain up on the screen, and he was looking at me. Yeah, he goes, stand up. So I stood up. He goes, how tall are you? I said 5'6", and I was like, and a half, yeah. Like, just trying to make a joke about it. He was creasing, yeah. And he goes, how much do you weigh? And I was at the moment probably like 64 because I haven't been like properly training for a little while. And he goes, right, cool. He goes, like, you're a picture of health. He goes, like, pull up your. He goes, look, you still kind of got a six pack. I was like, cool. I said, so what is going on then? He goes, so you've actually got a pituitary brain tumor. And I'm like, okay, so when you say that, is it cancerous or is it gonna complicate my boxing career? And he just started laughing. He was like, nah. He goes, look how big it is. It's like 1 mil. He said, like, whoever actually picked that up in the MRI scan from the boxing board is an absolute like genius because they wouldn't have even picked it up.
Yeah.
So the boxing board are on it. Yeah, they're onto it.
So it shows that which is a good thing. Which is a good thing because if it was something bad, then they would have found it out.
Yeah. So what I got diagnosed with was a microadenoma. So like they do grow, but they're very slow. They grow very slowly, and there's like a lot of ways for you to stop it. But at the moment, they haven't like definitely defined it as something that will grow. They kind of just, it's kind of like a lesion, do you know what I mean, on my brain, on my pituitary gland. So I said, look, is it going to stop you from boxing? He said, this won't stop you from boxing. He said, all we need to do is do a follow-up every couple months, and you should be good to go. So that was a massive relief to me, yeah. So he goes, next thing you got to do now, get all your bloods done, and then you're going to have to keep coming back every 6 months, get it checked, and you should be all fit to go. But he said, what I want you to do is just take one fight at a time. Take one fight at a time until we can proper rule out what's going on with you.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool.
Which is smart.
Smart, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a shock at first because I thought, fucking hell, imagine you getting told that, like, and so, you know, I went home, called everyone, and it was a bit of a shock.
Well, it's not even just your life. Well, it is your life, but it's take away being a professional, winning world titles. It's a hobby. It's your favourite hobby. It's you're not playing football every week. You like boxing. You like sparring. You like doing the training. It's like it would have just it would have been your whole. It would have been something that's been attached with you for so long that what are you gonna do now? It's gone. It's like.
So obviously we had that period. We had all the MRIs done. We had the all clear from the neurosurgeon. But then after that, it was like another waiting game for the boxing board to properly pass it off. For me to get all the evidence from all the neurosurgeons and everyone to say, look, this kid's fine, yeah? And for the boxing board to like accept it. So as you probably know, like my head wasn't screwed. I was a bit like, right, I need to have a plan A, B, and C and D in life. Like, there's a lot of boxers out there that would be like, or fighters, they're like, plan A boxing, plan A. There's no plan B. There's no plan C. All right, what would happen if you had what I had, and you had no plan B, C, or D? Do you understand? Imagine, like, I never thought that would ever happen to me. I never thought that I would ever, like, get diagnosed with something like that. No one does, because no one has the privilege to have an MRI annually. Yeah, it's true. Mandatory, you know. So that's a positive. So yeah, during that time, I didn't really know what to do. I just thought I need to find a few different avenues. So I've done my personals. I still had bricklaying, and I was trying to like just figure out a few different things like along the way. And yeah, man, just started grinding on them sort of things. Went away to Thailand. Went out there, man. It was just like wow, like
wicked.
Different. It was a different life to me. I was just like fucking hell.
You done some MMA over there as well, didn't you?
MMA, yeah, done all that. And I just thought, look, like this is the life for me. I thought, even though we was on holiday, I was like, shit, like I could definitely live here. I could definitely like see myself coming out here, living here. So we at this point we had no confirmation of me getting my license back. So when I was over there, my auntie lives in Australia, and I was like, right, I'm halfway across the world now. It's another like 5 hours to Australia. Do I go over there? So I was like, yeah, I'm going, yeah. So I kept looking at flights, man. I was like, fucking hell, like they're quite cheap. I was like rubbing my hands, thinking, yes, new life in Australia.
And you're a qualified bricklayer as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So
fully qualified, rubbing my hands, thinking, fucking hell, I could just literally go across the pond, try get a visa there, and start a new life, yeah. So yeah, me and Claire, my girlfriend Claire, yeah, we was out in Thailand obviously, and then we went to like a beach club, yeah. We was about to rave it up. Got the phone call from Tony, and he was like, "Have you checked your emails?" I was like, "No, why?" He's like, "Just got your license back," and I was like, literally about to book a flight to Australia, yeah, in the beach club. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm at the beach club, like fuck. So as soon as I showed that to Claire, she was like, "We're only here once. You best celebrate." Yeah. So yeah, we had a big celebration over there, and I said to him, "Like, thanks so much for this," like, because I can't blame him as a manager at all. Like, he pushed the boxing board to hurry things up, and then yeah, man, he said, "Look, we're going to get you out before the end of the year." And then that's what happened, man. And
you've boxed beautifully.
Yeah.
Someone, it might have been you, Mikey, that told me he said he didn't think he boxed well.
Yeah, you said that to me, didn't you?
Have you watched it back?
Huh?
Have you watched it back?
I'm just hard on myself, man.
Which is the best way to be, but mate, because the fights before that were so boring. Like the fights that were so boring, and you come on and it was like, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it's not even being biased. Like, you can just tell that there's
a difference. Okay, like, there's a serious level. Like, like there was just there was a big level jump where it's like, this guy's this guy looks like a fucking boxer. Like, this is a boxer.
I appreciate it.
You know, the biggest thing I noticed in the fight, you know, you've always said to me that you start slow.
Yeah.
You didn't start.
Started quick.
You reckon, yeah?
Yeah.
Come out.
You controlled the fight from the start, and I think that was like a massive positive.
Yeah,
that's what I'm not a boxing, don't know the intricates, but that's what I thought.
Thank you, bro.
This is.
What was you looking for in a fight? What did you want? Stoppage.
Do you know what? No, not really a stoppage. Do you know what it is for me? I just feel when I'm in the ring and I've got the opponent in front of me, I've got to try and read and figure out where their weaknesses are. Now, his hands were very high, yeah? When I started whipping him to the body and his hands were coming down, that's when I was coming to the head, yeah? He was hurt, okay? But that guy that I boxed there, man, like, he is a durable guy, man. And when I looked through his record, like, he'd only been stopped, like, out of whatever fights he had. I think he had about 20 odd fights. He'd only been stopped like 2 or 3 times. So that's a durable. Even though they're journeymen, can't take them away from them. Like, they're durable guys, and like they know their ring craft. Like, even though that I'm hitting him to the body, like, it's not like he hasn't been hit to that body. In his career, do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, he can suck them up. So
he did suck them up as well.
He
did.
So yeah, a real tough opponent in that fight. But yeah, I'll never forget though. I remember sitting in the third round. Yeah, I remember like looking up, and you boys are right. Right in front. And I was like thinking, fucking hell, there's rain and all the boys up there. Like, fucking hell.
We were close. Like, when you're up top in York Hall, the view.
That is the good thing about York Hall. When you're overlooking from the balcony, the view is perfect from up there. That is a nice thing about York Hall.
I wanted to touch on that. So my first fight was at Watford Leisure Centre. My second fight was at Watford Leisure Centre, and then it went bam straight to York Hall,
the Mecca.
And it was like, when I come out, I was just thinking, fucking hell, like, this feels like I'm a professional.
What is it like for a boxer fighting at York Hall? Because someone asked us that, what was it like for us going there as fans?
Yeah.
But we're not. I feel like for boxers it's different because it's at York Hall. This is the Mecca. Whereas for fans, it's not as... Well, maybe for proper boxing fans, it's like, wow, York Hall. But what kind of feelings and emotions did you feel like when you were walking out? Did you have any more nerves? What was the whole feeling like?
Do you know what? It was like, when I walked into York Hall, I got emotional, yeah? I hadn't even weighed in yet. I was pretty much depleted. I was thinking, fucking get me on the scales now. But I walked in there and I just looked around and I was like, fucking hell, like, have I made it? Like, I know it sounds mad, but it's all these things that you think of as a kid.
York Hall's that step.
Yeah, and okay, you can box in a leisure centre. You know, I've done that many times as an amateur, but when you go into like an arena like that, like, that's like an arena kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you have all the balconies around, and like the lights are on the top. You see like, the little advertisements on the ring, and you're like, fucking hell, like, maybe this is the first step to something big in my career.
Yeah.
Even though it was on a small hall boxing show,
I think
it was massive. It was like, fuck me.
Well, it's a small hall boxing show at York Hall. Yeah, it was quite packed. Yeah,
but it's like it gives you that little drive, innit? That hope, that glimmer, that little bit of glimmer.
Yeah.
That is what it's about.
And it's that reassurance to say, like, we're on the right path.
Yeah, man.
Like, we are on, like, it's paying off.
Yeah,
whatever's going on is paying off. And that was your third fight?
My third fight, man.
So your fourth fight coming up at York Hall again. Like, it's you're on the trajectory. Do you know what I mean?
Real,
like, you're on the trajectory to just keep pushing forward. Like, there's no backward steps.
Yeah,
like, they've all been forward steps.
Definitely, man.
Like,
appreciate it, boys. Yeah, trust me. So, like, from my shoes, it was like, as you probably know, and because you're all there, it was like the tickets thing, man. Like, they changed the date a week before, and I had to make this weight a week before, and the pressures of being a professional athlete. Like, people probably look from the outside and they think, oh, he's fucking smashing it, or, you know, he must be getting paid a good bit. But you know, there's pressures of selling tickets, and you know, you have to generate the money as a fighter to get paid. So it was hard for me to, like, you know, I'd only just sort of got on the show, if you know what I'm saying, and I come away with a win, and as a comeback fight, I couldn't really have asked for any more.
No. And it's
the best fight. That's the best fight I've seen you fight, though.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Clean.
Yeah, good.
Fight.
And it's good ring time. Like, you don't have to stop everyone. You don't have to, like, it's just the more rounds, the more ring time, the more experience. It's just the stoppages will come. But like we were saying before, they're not easy people to stop because they're expecting to be stopped.
Exactly, man.
So they're not throwing shots. Your it's like in football when you play a really crap team and they're just sitting in their box and you end up crossing it in, they're headering it out. It's just scrappy. Whereas you've got to pick certain shots to open them up. It's probably better for technical boxing.
Oh, 100%,
because
man.
You're finding the shots right. The body's working. He's dropping his hands. It's more than a chess game.
The top, man. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so because if they're not throwing, how are you finding your openings? You know, them gloves are small, man. Like they don't want their guard being here. Like, they got to be covering up because if I'm finding them openings, like, I will put them over. They're hard to hit. Do you know what I mean? Like on the target. Do you know what I'm saying? Through the middle and up, like they know what they're doing.
Do they hurt them small gloves?
They hurt, man.
They
sting, man.
Like when you get hit, you're like, fucking hell, I don't want to get hit by too many of them.
Have you ever been hit properly, like with a glove or
even not that I can think of. Like
you see,
he might have.
You see,
funny about that. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
These two had a boxing match up
Stockwood.
So he's basically saying you got no punch power, right, bro?
We better start our own promotion, bro.
No, but I don't think we were going ham to the face though. No, you know what I mean? We weren't really going ham to the face. It's a bit different.
When you get a good shot, you see like a big white flash. It's like boom. It's like, you know, when someone takes a picture on the camera, it's like. You think, fucking hell, mate, like, was that my retinas coming out? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, them 8-ounce gloves are killers, man. Like, most of the padding's at the back of the glove, and at the front, you know, you've got the taped hands, and a lot less padding. So luckily this fight, I didn't have much problems with my hands. Previous fights, my hands were in absolute agony. So.
I think you're just getting used to it now.
Yeah, for real,
throwing certain punches. Like you said, there's less padding, so it's more...
I reckon having that little bit of break might have helped him out as well.
Definitely, yeah. And I feel like mentally as well. Because as a professional fighter, especially being in the small hall scene at the moment, like selling tickets... and trying to generate...
The ticket thing is a really big issue, man.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
It's a proper issue for fighters, man.
But that's the sacrifices and the things that I've got to do to get to the next level to hopefully get signed. And without the people buying the tickets, I don't want it to touch up on that. Like all the people that bought tickets, I'll write everyone's name down. Do you know what I mean?
Look at the cameras.
Yeah, from the first fight to the third fight, I'll write everyone's name down. Yeah, constantly, and it's the same people. So I want to say thank you, and for the rest of my career, I'm going to be writing all them people's names down. So if I do ever make it to a British level, I'll be like always looking at people and go, like, you's actually proper back to me. For my dream, like, and I appreciate it because if you can't sell tickets, you can't put bums on seats.
You
come on,
that's half of the job, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
Especially if you're not in the eye, especially if you've not come through the GB route and you're not already in the public eye. It's that's half of the job. You've got to be able to sell tickets, otherwise they don't want you fighting on the shows.
That's it.
But it'd be good if like a boxed. Like if they could
goosebumps.
that is goosebumps. Sold a promo. That's on the next trailer. That's on the next trailer.
Serious though, yeah.
But it'd be good if, like, I know you're obviously we had Roberto on. You're a fan of boxed. You like the thought process over it. Why is it not? I know it's new, but why do you think boxing won't adopt it as much?
I haven't got a clue. I don't know why.
It just makes sense, doesn't it?
For me, it makes massive sense. I work a 9 to 4, it's a 7:30 to 4 job, and then go training. Like the last thing I want to do after training is be running around till like 11:30, 12 at night selling tickets. Like,
but even for promoters, it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's just it's set.
Impact,
and everything's online.
That's why, like, to say what you said, I think it doesn't, especially with the small hall shows.
Why though?
Because cash in hand, isn't it? Like they're getting.
There you go.
Cash,
Thank you.
They don't.
Yeah, true.
They don't want to put everything through.
Yeah.
For them, it kind of don't make sense. That's why it's a shit.
Thank you.
Situation.
But
it will get to a stage where that. But for people who don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the Boxed Combat Sports app, and it's and it's about selling tickets through the app. It does all the splits. I'll link the episode up so you can go back and watch it. But yeah, like you said, cash is dying. Because I said this to Roberto. I said, did you ever think about the tax situation? He goes, I did, but he goes, in the next 5 to 10 years, there won't be a lot where they're taking that much cash. A lot of it will be like the banks. The banks are coming out with their own CBDCs, which is crypto backed by the pound.
And I'm a massive crypto fan. You probably know that.
Yeah. So cash is slowly starting to. There will always probably be cash, but they don't want it. They don't want the cash. Cash is here. They don't want the cash as much. But obviously, your next fight is at York Hall.
Yeah, man.
You got a lot more time to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Everything's more planned with it. It's not like a short notice fight.
Yeah,
you started training camp yet?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I went. Obviously, Christmas came, and then I was straight back in the gym. I think it was on the 4th. So I come back from Budapest, and then boom, straight back in the gym. And even before Christmas, I knew I had the date, so I thought, bam, straight back in the gym. And just been working away with Tony. I had my first spar on Wednesday this week, and that went well. And yeah, I can't wait to get back in there on the six rounder.
Back into it.
Yeah, 6 rounder. I feel like a 6 rounder will suit me a lot more. Slowly and slowly.
You better build it into it.
And it's good for you to fight 6 rounds.
Absolutely.
It's just more time. When you train, what kind of rounds do you train for? Do you train just for 4 rounders, or do you just do loads of rounds?
Let's say we go on the bags. We could do anything up to like 8 to 10 on the bags.
Yeah.
But it'd be switching things up. So we'd have a round on our own, and then he'd give us like combinations to throw, and then we'd just be like turning the bag. And then a lot of cardio stuff. So
it's probably better to be over conditioned.
Than
under conditioned.
Yeah, because you never know. Like you could just get chucked into a short notice fight.
That's it.
That could be like a high rounder. Like you want to be able to take it.
Yeah, man. Like you just got to stay ready. Just any opportunity. Yeah. And let's say in a few months' time he goes, right, there's a Southern Area title shot for you now. Yeah, it's a 10 rounder, but you've only got a month or 2 to train for it. You've got to be ready. Because imagine that opportunity slips, and then you have to fight someone else who's. It's all about timing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you never know what's gonna. Corner, so you need to be prepared.
That's it, man. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Do you look at them sort of fighters with the Southern Areas and think I'm at their level? I just haven't had the chance to display it yet.
100%. But it's different. It's all about the timing. So yeah, okay, I could maybe fight for a Southern Area now. I feel like maybe I could be mixing out that level, but does Tony? Like Tony knows me. Tony is the guy that is trying to mold me into the fighter that I'm going to be. Like it's not all about now. It's about how I'm gonna adapt in a year's time. Like I'm 24, 3-0, hopefully 5-0 by the end of March. But it's how well can I adapt to like a 10 rounder? Okay, go in there, 4 rounds, cool. Yeah, 6 rounds, okay, cool. 10 rounds, that's another 4 rounds off a 6 rounder, like, and they're 3-minute rounds as well. So how can I deal with the pressures? Do you understand?
So is that when it's important with picking for young fighters? It's like important to pick your coach and your mentor and who you need to have in your corner, because they're kind of dictating your career at the same time.
Yeah, as well as your manager, of course. Like Tony, luckily Tony's both. So I've got him as a coach and a manager, and we have a great relationship because, well, we see each other constantly. I don't know how it works with other fighters, but how do they like negotiate or see with their managers? I don't know, because Tony's picked me up from the off and trained me from the off. But yeah, he knows me best. Like I see him 3-4 times a week. But I've got a good relationship, and
with having the manager and the trainer. From the outside looking in, obviously Tony's I've met him a few times. He's a proper nice guy. Yeah. But when it comes to your best interest or a money interest, is he always looking for your best interest over the payouts as speak?
Well, I'd like to touch on that. So like you boys probably know, that last fight I made nothing. Now Tony trains me like 3-4 times a week, and if he did want something, he would have said, this is what I want, but he didn't take a penny off me. So
he has your best interest.
He has my best interest, because I don't know about any other boxing trainers or managers, but I'm sure they might have been like, I want this for me to wrap your hands. Like Tony was like, nah, let's go. I don't care. Let's wrap. I just want you to have a comeback fight by the end of this year, and then we get the ball rolling next year. That's when you know someone's like, man. So fair play to the guy, man.
Yeah, no, that's wicked. I'd love to get him on one day as well. Like have it. I know we've been speaking about it at the time. We're trying to do something. But but obviously this will come out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Obviously, so from Wednesday, this weekend, is the Eubank Smith fight.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, what's your opinions on that fight, and who do you think is going to edge that fight out?
I think Smith, man. I feel like he's got the grit, he's got the balls for it, and they're saying about Eubank's going on about, oh, you're an old man, like, look at your hair and all that. Like, I wouldn't underestimate him, man. Do you know what I mean? He's a well-schooled fighter. He's been in some tough fights, but then Eubank has showed his dedication recently with the Ben fight. Look at the shape that he come in.
Eubank's just gonna get him, man.
Do you reckon?
Just for the yeah, I think Smith's just had
his time.
It's like, no offense, I think he's gonna grind it out.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just feel like Eubank's he's younger
and more. Yeah. I just think
I would like Smith to win though.
Yeah, I like Smith's boxing IQ and his style. I feel like he can punch. But you know what I mean?
So you never know. It's boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Is he a legit good fighter, Smith? I haven't seen
wicked, man.
loads of
He's a
him.
good fighter.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fighters coming out of Liverpool and sort of like the Scouse scene, like Paddy the Baddy, all them. There's loads of people coming out of there, man. Nick Ball as a featherweight, a good few people, man. So yeah, I reckon Liam Smith. I reckon
Liam Smith.
Yeah.
Any predictions? Rounds?
Remember we watched
round
that
six.
Scouse guy
Round
boxing?
6.
The little midget.
Oh yeah.
He's a little midget.
He's small.
His name's Luke. Is his
He
name?
fought Tyson Fury's cousin.
Yeah, Nick Ball.
Oh, is that Nick Ball?
Yeah.
He's bare small,
Yeah,
bro.
5'2",
Shout out.
5'3".
Oh mate, he's a bit of a savage. I thought that KO was a bit dirty though from the ref.
So yeah, that's what I'm on about. They're like, the Scouse scene is pulling out some mad fighters.
He is
bare
tiny.
small.
Yeah.
And he's just solid.
Yeah, he's
a brick.
literally like a little Tyson, isn't he? Yeah.
He's like a little pit bull. Yeah, he is.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some rounds. You know what I mean? Like with any of them sort of fighters, it's just valuable. Like I think he's a featherweight, so yeah,
could be good to
could be
get that
good to go up there
experience
and get some rounds in with a fighter like that. Yeah,
100%. Do you ever think about that, going to different gyms and that?
Yeah. I'm going to Matchroom next week.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Going Matchroom next week. Going to get some rounds with. Do you remember Kevin Mitchell?
No.
Nah, like it's with his son Connor. He's a good amateur, so going to get some good rounds in with him. And then just sort of buzz around, get my face out there. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
like, try and
yeah.
get my face out there and
Speak
test
to
myself.
people, yeah.
Test m-
networking as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, and get my face out there. That's what it's all about. If fighters know who you are and they think, yeah, fair play, like your name, people will start talking, and that's the main thing. Bit of exposure and just
publicity.
publicity, man. Yeah.
100%. Obviously, this is a new segment we've been doing. We started it for the current events. It's the Divide the Nation segment.
Okay.
So for anyone who hasn't seen it or doesn't know, what we do now, we'll ask you a question. We'll keep it boxing related as you're the professional boxer.
Yeah.
And we just kind of get a debate going and we get a few opinions out there and it's good. We put it on the Instagram for people to do the poll.
Yeah.
So we're into the Divide the Nation. Nation. Ready for this? I'm going to have to make a few rings for it. Right.
I'm apprehensive. I'm a bit like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
So this is obviously today is the it would have happened by now, so people will know the winner.
Yeah.
It's the KSI fight.
Okay.
It's the Misfits boxing card.
Yeah.
And what's your opinions on the influence of boxing? And do you think it's devaluing regular boxing?
This is a mad question for me, man. Do you know what I mean? Do I? Put it this way, yeah? Like, you got to see it in my shoes. Someone who's been boxing since they were 11 years of age, and their dream is to box on the big stage, get a nice payday. Do you know what I mean? Try and provide for my future family, or try and give them a better life. Like, imagine like someone coming onto the scene and just being like, "There's your payday," and go. For me, it's like fucking hell. Like that's a bit savage, but that is what happens in boxing. Like it's a ruthless sport, and I take my hat off to anyone that gets in there and does it. So like, as I said before, they have to generate the money. Promoters want the money. They want people who stand out. They want people who can sell pay-per-view. They want the views on the show. Like that's how they're generating their money to pay their fighters. So I don't discard it. I just think. What are you paying for? Okay, what's the quality like? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's sort of like Colosseum shit.
Yeah.
People just want to see that guy fight
this guy and the macho thing. Yeah.
Just want to see him batter him.
I hear you. But what I don't agree with is like it's just like the major mismatch, like the major mismatches.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
You know, like imagine you come up against like someone who's obviously better than you, and you get in there for 30 seconds and get spanked and get a payday. Like, I'll be honest, I'd do that. Do you know what I mean? But my goal is to become a champion. It's not for a payday. Like I want a belt on my mantelpiece, and for my future kids and like my future like generations to come up and be like, yeah, man, like that fucking even if I make no money, it's like, yeah, that was my granddad, or that was my dad he won this. Even if it's a Southern Area belt, like I still have that title there for them to look at and be like,
yeah, but like you with your old man, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Same things, man. So it's all about like inspiring, and because at the end of the day, they're not ever gonna put on your grave, they're never gonna put on your grave like a millionaire, but they'll always remember you for what you done. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Money
doesn't matter. Yeah,
doesn't matter your fame, your money. They remember you for something you done.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Impactful.
So if they, in the terms of like, I know there's like a lot of TikTok people fighting each other and all that, but they're not gonna put on your thing like, I don't know, XYZ TikToker.
Yeah.
Would you understand?
Yeah.
They could put on mine like
Southern Area
Frankie
champion,
Storey,
world champion.
British champion. Like
Yeah.
that's a big thing because they will put it on there, man. Do you
I
understand?
definitely understand
Yeah.
what you're saying.
A legacy
is how they can view it. Yeah.
A legacy thing.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're there for the payday. It's pretty obvious, but I'm here for a legacy. Do you understand? I want to be remembered because when you're gone, like it's all about the highlight reel as well. Like everyone will always remember like Tyson, McGregor, like all the big names, yeah. Even like Chris Eubank, you'll always remember these fighters because they've made a legacy. But if you're going in there getting punched out for 30 seconds for a payday, like you ain't ever gonna be remembered. That's how I view things in boxing. Like since boxing's first started, you've always had like the legacy and the champions. So why has all of a sudden it's gone from?
That's probably what. Do
you understand? Like it's gone. It's
the two though, isn't it?
It's downgrading.
To
like
fucking real boxing.
So,
It's gone from just whoever's got the most followers.
Yeah, but that's like from my point of view, it's like it's the standard of boxing that's making it be a bit like, like what are you paying for, man?
Mayweather and that sort of started it, didn't they?
Yeah.
They sort of like, and then it was McGregor.
But McGregor was like,
but it's a business thing, man.
Of course. At least that was two like combat sports athletes that are like well renowned, and one was a world champion, and one's an undefeated boxer, just in two different sports.
Trickled down.
Now it's trickled down.
Do you understand? So, and then you got people like myself who's like, you know, I've done my apprenticeship as an amateur. Like I spent 10 years as an amateur. Like I boxed at a high level, and all I'm looking for is like, let's be honest, yeah. I'm not going to be here and chat shit. Like, of course I want a good payday. Of course, like I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. I wouldn't still be doing it if I wasn't looking for a big payday. I feel like every fighter is looking to financially become stable in their sport, but also to live a life doing something that you love. Like let's ask them, do they actually love boxing? Do they actually love boxing, or are they just going in there to do it? Do you understand?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You are doing it for the payday, but you're also doing it because this is something you love and you're determined.
Yeah.
You've got that drive. For them, they're just showing up for a payday. That is
that's what I'm trying to say.
You're still working with it. Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
So if something, like you said, something went wrong with you, you wouldn't be guaranteed that payday, but you still put all that hard work and effort in to get to this place.
For real.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah. And the mentality is very different. But in the terms of business, 100%. I wouldn't ever like flick a finger, like 100%. If you've got the following and you can get on them big shows, then absolutely go and do it because there's money to be made there. But from my point of view, it's like not to do with me. It's more of the whole boxing scene of some of them, even the top champions. They're probably not getting the same payday as some of them on a TikTok. So it's like they're probably fuming.
Yeah,
you know, it's not just about me. It's about how I'm seeing the other fighters as champions. Like, what's going on there, man? So,
yeah, no, that's good.
The way I look at it as well, the only people it benefits in the boxing scene is that is the higher, like the Tyson Furies and that, because when these TikTokers that don't like boxing, the only thing they're ever going to tune into is them big fights. They're going to pay for the pay-per-view maybe to watch them as well.
Yeah,
they're not going to look at like, I'm going to go watch somebody at York Hall, you know what I mean? So it don't trickle down.
Yeah.
Whereas I think what they should do in them sort of clauses, even in the big fights, is maybe they need a percentage of the purse to trickle down in the boxing system.
Yeah.
You know, like the Premier League, the clubs have a duty or obligation to give some money back into the community or back into the football league.
Of course.
To make sure it's sustainable.
Of course. This guy's got it, man. This guy's got it.
That was a good point.
Probably
that was a good point.
What you're talking about, 100%. What he's just said is 100%.
Putting more not amateur fighters, but pro fighters on cards.
Yeah,
mixing it up.
Yeah.
Let them have a little bit of like you said, just to make the box. Because if I'm honest, from what I'm looking at, is that they're just selfish. They're all about making money, but they could, in theory, bring the sport to a new light. They decided to invest, like you said, but
because from that
was good. That was a very good point.
Because I have to, I feel like this is probably the best time to be real on a podcast and let people know, like, from someone in my position at the moment, like, there's a lot of things going out and not major coming back in. Yeah, so that's why I'm still having to work a 7 till 4 job. Like, the pays aren't mad unless you sell a decent amount of tickets. You get a title shot, you could get a purse, yeah, and that's where it starts getting good for you. But it's like how much do you really want it? That's the thing. You have to grind.
That's the grind. That's the key difference between the TikTokers and the professionals.
Yeah.
2 different come ups.
Yeah. And number one,
you're coming up from gritty. They're just like they're in this bubble.
Exactly. Like you know me. Like,
and no offense to that.
Yeah,
like,
no offense. Oh yeah. Like even just the way how like I've been brought up, like from an Irish family. It's like never give in. Like you work for your food, man. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever you want, you got to hustle that out. And my granddad always said to me, like, good things will come to you, but you just got to keep on the path. My dad said, just keep on the path. And here I am still, like, at 24, trying to get it. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get it, and it will come. So, it's all about the hustle and just trying to. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's good. So, that's why I like doing the segment, because you get a different point of view from the main guy. But obviously, we just got some like generic questions, maybe for young fighters. Good questions for like a couple-minute TikToks and that. We'll send them to you as well if you want to put them on your TikTok. But the key differences from being an amateur to professional.
Okay, longer rounds. Yeah, so it's longer rounds as a professional. Do you know what? I'm gonna say it how it is. I loved being an amateur boxer. I loved it. Right. Even when I boxed for Luton, it was like, right. Remember, like, Niall Duffy, Stephen, Callum, Ticey, of course, Niall Wood, and all that. We'd turn up to a show and it'd be like, yeah, we're here for Luton. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm repping Luton here, yeah? And you go to another place, so you might go to Devon, and we're like, yeah, we're fucking repping Luton here. Like, we was passionate about our club.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, like, and you was there as like a fucking, as a force.
Squad.
Yeah. And that's the difference between going over to a professional. Now it's all of a sudden it's like, fucking hell, I'm on my own. Like, no one's fucking with me. Like, because everyone's trying to make it. Everyone's trying to progress. Like, but as an amateur, it'd be like, for example, I don't know, like Stephen's boxing in Hatfield. Fuck it, let's all go. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like, no one's like fucking with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So,
I get you. Top 3 things to work on in boxing.
Footwork. Get your footwork right and your hands will just follow, man. Yeah. Like running. Yeah, I fucking hated running when I was an amateur, especially at the beginning. I was a little podgy fucker. Yeah, and just get out on the roads and run. Put your headphones in, build up your cardiovascular. And just keep going, man. Just work on that and build an engine. Yeah. Another thing would just be like a mental strength would be like ice baths. 100%. Get in your ice baths. Test yourself. How far can I push myself in a stressful situation? As soon as you go in the ring, you've already been in a stressful situation for 3 minutes in an ice bath. No one wants to do that shit.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So
every time you go to do it, it's just bad.
Yeah, man. So no one wants to do that shit. So yeah.
Your Mount Rushmore of boxing. So Mount Rushmore's the four pillars of boxing for you personally. It doesn't have to be the generic one. It's just for you, your personal Mount Rushmore of boxing.
As in the stages for me to get to.
No. So like fighters that you look up to or aspire to be like the Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
For you, they don't records go out the window. It's just for you that you liked watching or.
In sense of like stories, like a lot of the time I look at a fighter, obviously from their boxing ability, but also their background and their stories. Like at the end, like everyone will be inspired by some sort of an athlete. And number one, I tell you what, number 4 would be McGregor. Yeah, I love McGregor, innit? I love McGregor to pieces. It's his story. I feel like he made it. He's made it to the top, and obviously he made his dough and he cut, didn't he? That's what happened. But it was the comeback, the Diaz comeback, all that. I thought fucking hell sound. And just inspired. He's at number 4 for real, yeah. Number 3 would probably be Hatton. Yeah.
Ricky Hatton.
Yeah. But again, the story, like I always look at their documentaries and I think like it's very relatable, yeah. It's so relatable. Number 2 would be Lomachenko, just because he's an outright
Savage.
animal.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be Lomachenko and Tyson at 2. Yeah. Number 1 is Josh Warrington.
Josh Warrington.
Yeah. So I'll send you the link. Yeah. This is God's honest truth. Yeah. I was in my bedroom crying, man, watching this documentary. I was like, this is literally me. This is what I'm going through right now. And it was so good to hear someone who's won a world title, who didn't have the GB, didn't have the financial backing, he had to work as a dental technician. He was making like he used to do like kind of like these, you know what I mean? Like retainers, Invisalign. And he was hustling hard, like same thing, go to work, go to the gym, not being able to see his friends, like a lot of sacrifices. And the way he said it in his documentary, I was like, fucking hell, like this is so relatable to me, because he didn't have all like the leaps, like he didn't have like the push-ups, and now he's a world champion. And especially the thing that hit me the hardest was the balancing of like the job, the girlfriend, trying to have like a social relationship with your pals, like going out, trying to see your family, but also running around fucking Leeds selling tickets. If you look at his fan base, at the gates he brings in like untold fans.
Stadium seller.
Yeah. And that's something that I could possibly do. It's just how much do I want to push it. So now my next fight, I'm going to be down Luton Town, giving out flyers. Like that's what it's all about. Like that's the hustle. And he like pushed my mentality to be like, you got to go and have like verbal communications to build your fan base, not just on social media. Because sometimes
you're a business.
You're a business.
People like physical interactions.
That's it. Yeah,
it sticks with them more.
Yeah, like, you know yourself. Yeah, I'm guilty of it. You'll be on Insta or wherever, and you just scroll past the shit, man. Because that is what happens. But if you have a personal relationship or communication with someone, and you're like, oh, what's going on, Harry? You're all good. Even though you might not know them, it could possibly go in your favour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But at least try and get to know them. Because not only will they be a fan, you can also get to know them as a person. You have fuckloads of friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's loads of great people out there.
Trust me, man. So, yeah.
And moments of the week. Yeah. Obviously, this is a segment we do with the current events anyway.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be this week because we've not seen you in ages. So it could be a moment of the year, a moment of the month, just a good moment that's happened to you recently that sticks in your head. And for us, we'll probably go in the week or in the last 2 weeks from when we've done the last current events.
Round,
yeah, I'll start it off.
Yeah.
Obviously, my moment of the week this week, and people at home, like if you're listening, put your moments of the weeks in the comments because we love to hear it. DM us your moments of the week and I'll feature it on the next current events as well. So my moment of the week, obviously we went jiu-jitsu the other day And obviously we're white belts. We don't know what we're doing. And when you start rolling with other people and people who are like brown belts, black belts, they don't really have to give you the time of day. Do you know what I mean? They don't have to roll with you, or if they've got you in a good position, take time out to say like, look, you're in a bad position here. Yeah. If you do this instead of this and you do that, and kind of teach you through the experience to make you feel a bit more like at home and welcome.
Oh, okay.
So that's my moment of the week. Just being surrounded by like good people and good situations, and them taking time out to teach you and to help you get better.
Did you feel under pressure at any point?
It's daunting walking into a gym. It is daunting walking into a gym. We spoke about before. You always get that bit of like
and the smell and the smell,
and you're on the mat and you're rolling with people. So that's my moment of the week.
Yeah, man.
We'll go to Mikey first then.
My one's just simple today. Man United beat Man City. That's made my week.
Yeah. My guy.
You know what my moment of the week is today? And it's Frankie, you talking about you writing down people's names for tickets. That one gave me chills.
That's a good moment. That is a chill.
Yeah, because I was like thinking about it. I was like, you're deep, like you're emotionally deeply invested in this, and you're seeing all the people that watch you come up, and that's just such a beautiful thing. And when he said it, I was just like, oh man,
because
you made me get a little bit cold.
But you guys see it in my shoes. It's like, who's fucking with me?
So grateful,
who's actually fucking with me?
Appreciate these people. And they might not know, but
exactly. Because as being a professional fighter, I have experienced it. It's like, are people just trying to fuck with you because of your status? Yourself. I'm not even like that, man. I'll fuck around with everyone. But a lot of my closest friends have been like, the fuck's going on there? Like, he wouldn't even chat to you for like whenever. Like he would never even chat to you at any time of the day. But all of a sudden now they're all so. And they wouldn't even buy a ticket. So it's like, for me, I don't notice it. But with the names, it's like all them people, it's the same people each time. Maybe a few others, cool, I love it, yeah? But it's like, let's see how many people can get to the... Well, if I get to like 10 fights, and it's still the same people, it's like, these are people I'm fucking with now. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I get that.
So,
people that are just not coming along for the...
But a night out, like, they're really supporting me, and that's, as a small hall fighter, without them people and without the current support, I might as well give it up, man. That's just the harsh reality of it, because it's a tough fucking game, man. So,
and a moment of the week, year or month from you.
Fucking hell. Well, obviously getting my license back, that's for sure. The comeback was fucking emotional as well. But this week, it'd probably be getting the whole bricklaying gang in the boxing gym.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like, but it's like I'm doing the personals now. Yeah, and it's like whenever we get a rainy day, all the lads are gonna come down from. So instead of them going home, we're all gonna go to the gym and just grind, man, and
that's
just
good.
That is
help
good. Yeah,
and
that
help.
is good.
And I just help each, like, when as someone who's started boxing at the age of 11, and then you see someone come into the gym who hasn't got a Scooby, and then 4 weeks down the line they're bouncing, they're popping their jab and that, you're thinking like it makes me really
proud,
grateful.
Yeah.
We had
so
professional MMA fight on before, and he said the same thing. Then he said he's opened up.
Yeah.
It makes a different type of when you're seeing people progress.
Yeah, so it's a completely different type of feeling. Like you become invested in that person.
Yeah.
So now I understand why Tony's put, like, that's the difference. Like, he's obviously invested in me, but somewhat emotionally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in the sense of the business side, of course, but also me as a person. It's like with me with my personal
grinder.
And he's put time and effort into you to like help you get to where you're at. So there's a part of him in your story / journey.
And as well, I want to touch on so Steve Barry, the director of BBK, he's having a white collar event in Bedford. So I'm helping train him for that fight, and it's like the progression that he's come on since he first started. Like, he come in, I took him on the pads in his first session, and he was raw. Like, he had boxed he had trained previously a few years down the line, and then he come back for this session. He was blowing, man, after 2-3 rounds, just on the pads of me. And then now it's like he's doing like 6 rounds, like comfortably, combinations, like rolling. I'm thinking, nah, this guy's got it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, he's
yeah,
got it,
yeah.
and it's nice to see all his hard work paying off, and all the hard work that I'm putting in for him and my other personals. So
Nah,
it's nice,
brilliant.
man. Yeah.
People that don't know though, you do offer 1-to-1s when you've got spare time, innit?
Yeah. So I'm fucking always working, man. So yeah, I've got TS Fitness, Boxing and Fitness. We're located at Luton Town Boxing Club, and operate on Saturdays and Sundays. So, but the club will be for you to basically do what you want, but I will train you 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It's an open gym. There's no one going to be there. It's like a stress-free, pressure-free gym. You can hit the bags as much as you want. I'll take you on the pads as much as you want.
You're just guiding people through that experience.
Yeah, and not feel pressured. Because, like you said, when you went to that gym, you had that nervous.
Yeah, it can be
feeling.
a bit daunting.
Yeah.
Into a
So
gym,
imagine coming into a gym where there's a fuckload of fighters.
Yeah,
You're
come
like,
down and do some of that, man.
everyone's welcome,
A
man.
little bit of
Yeah.
How
boxing,
do
man.
people like get involved?
Yeah, so they you can either book through me direct, or I've got a link on my Instagram on my Setmore app.
We'll link it down below.
Yeah,
anyway
nice
for
one.
people to head down there. Frankie, it's a pleasure
Legend.
as always.
Nice one, lads. Yeah, legend, good man.
People, I'm going to link all this stuff down below. You got to come watch the Magician in action at his next fight. Your next fight's on March the
4th at York Hall. Tickets are £50 for standard, £65 for ringside, which ain't bad, I don't think, for ringside.
No, it's not for York Hall.
Quite decent. It's on a Steve Goodwin show, so there should be a bit more of a flair to the like the ring and ring walk and stuff. So yeah, get down. Big party afterwards of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah,
So-
people head down there. And
And I just want to touch on another thing. I could be fighting on the 25th of the same month in Kentish Town. That's yet to be announced. So that'll be 3 weeks later. Yeah.
man's
Got
going
three-
for
Yeah,
it.
anyways,
He wants
but-
that.
You say that, innit? It's like, hopefully by the end of
You want to be 5-0. Yeah. I thought he just got it
But
confused.
that hasn't been announced yet properly, but I'm just going to try and touch
The
up
boys
that.
on the Curious VJ and breaking down rumours. We love it. So,
yeah.
people, please like, subscribe, head over to Frankie's
Yes.
stuff, and peace, baby.
Nice one. Thank you, everyone. Nice.